Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's AHRI Insight. Now, with the risk of sounding a little bit like a nerd, there's been some pretty exciting stuff happening in the weed control space in recent years. We've got weed seed mills, chaff decks, chaff lines, optical spraying, green on brown, green on green. It's an exciting space to be in, but there's this new kid on the block that's been creating a bit of a stir recently, and that's thermal weed control options. Basically, thermal weed control is something that uses heat or freezing to rupture plant cells, which ultimately leads to plant death. And some of the ones that have been creating a bit of a stir lately in the ag community is something like microwave technology or lasers or steaming. Now you might ask why we're bothering with them. Well, basically, the other alternative to herbicide control is mechanical weed control options or tillage, which is obviously not that appealing to the no-till systems that sort of encompass much of the cropping areas of Australia. So while thermal options are obviously quite appealing, there is one significant downside in the fact that they use a significant amount of energy. But the University of Sydney, a team from the University of Sydney, including Guy Coleman and Michael Walsh, have recently done a fairly intensive review of 170 papers that looked at the energy requirements for alternative weed control options. And they found that, yes, indeed, thermal options use far more energy than, say, mechanical options for weed control. They did find that when they were used in site-specific applications, their energy requirements were reduced by 99%, so obviously making them a far more viable option for broadacre cropping systems. Now, while site-specific thermal weed control sounds like some sort of alternative weed management utopia, there is some limitations currently for the consistency and accuracy of weed recognition. But it really is a fast-moving space, and it's surely not going to be long before we see this type of weed management making a significant impact on broadacre cropping systems.